7 times the DNA was done in a yo-yo competition. But first, some context. The DNA is without a doubt modern yo-yoing's most famous yo-yo trick. I don't know who figured it out first, but someone in yo-yoing did the DNA and it went viral. And as if on cue, opportunistic, fame-hungry yo-yo players jumped on the trend. And they did it over and over and over and yo, can y'all use someone else in the overlay? I'm not the only one milking this trend. Now, despite what you might think, yo-yoers in the existing community hate the DNA. There's kind of a stigma around players that have blown up using the DNA, saying that they're like sellout, or they're like cheesy, or they're like corny, or they're like not real yo-yo. Yo, can you use other people for this overlay? Now, here's the irony. This joke's for the hardcore yo-yo players. Comment down below if you get it. See, once upon a time, yo-yo players were impressed by the DNA. It was a difficult, exciting, flashy trick, and y'all have just forgotten that you thought it was cool once. So today, I'm gonna go back into the past and recreate 7 times the DNA was done in the yo-yo competition. Now, before I get flamed, when I refer to the DNA, I am also referring to the tornado bind, the horizontal grind winder, hang time, the horizontal sidewinder winder from a finger spin, the UFO on a finger, the twirly thing that triggers yo-yoers, and any other name the DNA has been called in the past. So the earliest instance of the DNA I found was on, ironically, my own YouTube channel. Yo, I am part of the culture. So the DNA as it's done today is done from a finger, but Vu, when he first did it from a palm grind. Okay, let's give that a go. How did he? Yo, this is hard. Now, not to be that guy, but when we first saw the horizontal grind winder for the first time, we were impressed. Look at us, we're cheering. All right, I'm gonna switch to the deviant. Apparently, this might make it a little easier. Wait, does that count? Counting that. I'm counting that. All right, this next DNA was done by Paulie. Paulie's regarded by most as the person who invented the DNA. I'm actually not sure who invented the trick, whether it was Vu or Paulie. They both did it around 2012, but let's go with Paulie's trick. Ooh, woo, woo, oh, ah, boom. I'm counting that. Alright, so the next person to do the DNA is poor Kerbel. See, poor Kerbel was super famous for this horizontal style. He didn't invent it, but he did a lot of those tricks. So it would make sense that he would step the DNA into its next iteration. Also, just saying, if you look at the comments, I was there 8 years ago. I'm an OG. Alright, so poor Kerbel does some sort of horizontal combo, and he gets into something like that, and he just does it. Kind of like that. Does that count? I'm counting that. So this next trick was done by Takeshi Matsura. Basically, anything Takeshi does, it's instantly cool in the yo-yo world. What's ironic is that the way Takeshi does the DNA is the way most yo-yo TikTokers now do the DNA. So yo-yoers, I'm just saying, if you hate on the way I do DNA, you're also hating on Takeshi. That's a lot more dangerous. So Takeshi's trick. Boom, boom, DNA, boom, oh, let that grind, and then boom, bind. That trick is way easier now that I know how to do the DNA. Now, if you're watching this and you're thinking, hey, this DNA thing looks fun, I want to try. Well, I'd recommend grabbing one of these at offsetyoyo.com. You see, the Ascent, which you can get for 18 USD, has this little finger dimple. That dimple locks the yo-yo in place so that you can basically very easily do a DNA. So if you want to get into yo-yoing, get an Ascent at offsetyoyo.com. Plugs over. Now, these next 2 tricks aren't strictly speaking DNA, but I guess that begs the question, what is a DNA? You see, the DNA is called the DNA because it's got this thing, right? Boom. That's what makes it the DNA. So therefore, something like this, about something like that, is that a DNA? It's got 2 strands. Kind of looks like one. So these next 2 tricks have the spiral DNA effect, but they don't have a finger grind, so I'm probably gonna get roasted for this. Alright. So that's the video of Paulie. He is the Asian champion, and essentially he just throws the yo-yo and goes, whee, boom, and then walks away. Nonchalantly. The final DNA is by Connor Seals. Connor Seals is regarded by most as the unofficial 2020 world champion. That was how he ended his 2020 routine. Pretty sick. Ooh, and he caught it. Caught it cleaner, but that was it. There we have it. 7 instances where the DNA was done in competition, recreated them all. That is it. Subscribe, like, and I'll see you guys next time.